If I would ask you, what is this? Then the answer is probably an orange. And congrats, you have just done a job of discriminative model. In machine learning, taking input X and predicting the class from which it belongs to is a job of discriminative model. But what if I reverse this process, means taking labels and try to guess what does the data from this class look like? This is the job of generative models. The goal of discriminative model is to learn the decision boundary to correctly classify the class of input, where generative model is used to learn to generate data from given level. Or mathematically, we can say discriminative model learns conditional probability distribution, where you have to find probability of y of given x, where generative model learns the joint probability of x and y. So, if I ask you what does a rose look like, you can easily make a picture in your mind by using your imagination. But doing this was extremely difficult for computers till 2014, when Ian Goodfellow introduces GAN or generative adversarial networks that gave computers the power of imagination and become most powerful tool for generating data till date. Jan LeCun once said that GANs are the most interesting idea in last 10 years in machine learning. So let's dive a bit into it and see how it works. In a there is a discriminator which can distinguish between real and fake data, and the fake data is generated by a generator by taking n-dimensional noise as input. The output of generator, which is g of z, where z is the input noise, and later this output will be fed into discriminator as input. For the real data, the output of discriminator will be d of x, and the output for fake data it will be d of z of z, where these predictions will be in form of probabilities representing if the value is close to 0 then the input was fake, and if it is close to 1 then the input was real. This is also called binary classification. The discriminator wants accuracy for d of x as large as possible, where the accuracy for d of g of z as small as possible. But the generator wants d of g of z as large as possible to fool the discriminator, so that the discriminator think of fake data as real. This sets up an adversarial game. So to scale the output, we take log of both the values, and then by taking weighted average or mathematical expectation of both of them, we will get the loss function. But this loss function is a bit complicated to solve because the generator have to maximize the whole term, but the discriminator have to maximize the first term and minimize the second term of equation. So we can reduce this complexity by taking value of d of g of z and subtract it from 1. And now the discriminator has to maximize the whole term and the generator wants to minimize the whole term. And this is original loss function mentioned in the generative adversarial networks paper. And by solving this, we can recover a perfect generative model. So now you have seen how a GAN works. So without getting further ado, let's start making it using Python and TensorFlow. Start by importing MNIST from Keras. This will give us training data. Xtrain and Ytrain are training data and labels, and Xtest and Ytest is test data. Then checking shape to make sure the data is loaded. So we have 60,000 training samples of 28 by 28 size images and 10,000 test images. So to see some examples from data, import pyplot from matplotlib and make 5 by 5 grid using subplots function. Now iterate over every item in every row of grid and put image there using pyplots imshow function. And sorry for the typo, it is import, not from. You can pass fig size parameter in subplot function to increase or decrease image size. Now we have data ready, so let's start. First, we need a discriminator. We are generating images, so we need convolutional neural network to make our discriminator and generator. As we know, convolutional neural network used to identify features from images in form of feature matrix and to generate more complex features. We feed the feature matrix from one CNN layer to another CNN layer. These types of architectures are called deep convolutional neural network, or deep CNN for short. And in last, we have need a flattened layer to convert n-dimensional feature vector into one-dimensional vector, and then we feed them into a classifier. This is our sequential model where we have linear stack of layers. Building GAN. So start by importing sequential and model for arranging layers, and import convolutional layer. Drop out to prevent model from overfitting. Dense to make classifier. leaky ReLU to prevent dying ReLU problem. For more on this, click I button to see more about why we use leaky ReLU. Batch normalization is for normalizing data during training. Zero padding for adding layer of zeros on row and column of matrix. Flatten, we know. Input as input layer for model. Start by making linear stack of layers and insert a convolutional layer with 32 filters and 3 by 3 kernel size and input shape which is 28 by 28 grayscale image. Use leaky ReLU as activation function and then drop out for dropping some feature to prevent model from overfitting. Again, that output from above CNN layer will be fed into another CNN layer having 64 filters. This time we use batch normalization to normalize output from this layer and repeat this process for next CNN layer having 128 filter to generate even more complex features. Then after flatten the output we feed this into binary classifier. Now make input layer and attach to the model. Call the function to make discriminator. But wait, I missed bracket over here. And missed s in stride. Now we have discriminator ready. To make a generator, we need to reconstruct features from n-dimensional noise. Remember, this noise is generated by Gaussian distribution, also known as normal distribution. Then we need dense layer to generate feature vector. Then we reshape this vector into n by n feature matrix. Now we feed it into upsampling layer, which is also called unpooling layer, which is opposite of pooling layer. And output of this layer will feed into deconvolutional layer, which is opposite of convolutional layer. We will keep repeating this with layers until we get our final matrix, which is an original image. Import upsampling 2D for upsampling layer, reshape for converting one-dimensional vector to matrix, and activation for assigning activation function. Define dimension of noise and start making model. Use sequential stack of layers and make dense layer with this unit so that we can convert 7 by 7 128 feature vectors. Use ReLU as activation function and taking latent dimension to generate noise. Now use reshape layer to convert above vector into 7 by 7 128 matrix and pass them into upsampling layer to unpool values in matrices which it remembered during training. Then add convolutional layer to reconstruct features. Then normalize using batch normalization layer and use ReLU as activation function. Now upsample again and this time we use 64 filters to reconstruct big features from above 128 small features matrices. Then add final convolutional layer with one filter to construct one feature matrix. Create an input layer of latent dimension and attach into model. Now call this function to make generator. And now we have a generative model. We will use ADAM or adaptive momentum as gradient descent optimizer and small learning rate to avoid exploding gradient problem. Compile discriminator with binary cross entropy loss function and above defined optimizer. Now we made both discriminator and generator model and it's time to combine generator with discriminator and you already know why. Define an input layer for latent dimension and attach with it generator. Remember, when we combine model, then we use discriminator as only for prediction, whether the image coming from generator is fake or real. So don't need to train it during this time. That's why we use discriminator.trainable equals false. Now we combine generator with discriminator, then stack input layer to it and combine model together and compile it using binary cross entropy loss function and above defined optimizer. Now we have everything ready and it's time to train both the models. Import NumPy for linear algebra and matplotlib for visualization. Define training function to train both models. Now load the dataset as we did in step 1 and make a directory name images using os makedir's function. Now rescale training data values and convert from 2D image to 3D, where third dimension represents that image is a grayscale. Define label for real data as 1 and for fake data as 0. Now for each epoch, select some random images from real data of batch size and generate some fake data by using noise generated by normal distribution. And then feed it into generator. Now we have both fake and real data along with labels. Now train discriminator first on real data then fake data. And take mean of both losses. Now train generator on noise data. Print log of training and save data generated by generator on defined interval. To save image, define raw and column for grid and generate noise from normal distribution of latent dimension. Feed that noise into generator and it will predict output as image. Plot a image grid using subplot function and count will iterate on each item. For every row and every column of grid, plot an image for current ith and jth position on grid and disable printing x and y axis. Increase count to select next image. Now save the grid in images folder. Now call the function with 10,000 epochs with 32 of batch size and save result at every 1000 epochs. Sorry, I have missed a comma here. Now the training has been started and it's printing logs on every 1000 epoch. If you don't have GPU, then I will recommend you to use Google Colab with GPU. I am skipping this and here is our result. This is initial image generated by GAN when it wasn't trained. Slowly and gradually it improves and here is final image generated on 10,000 epochs. Of course, you can improve more by increasing number of epochs. This is the end of video and starting of series on GAN, where in future video we will be building more complex GAN to generate high dimensional human faces using style GAN and many more. Wait. What? Style GAN? What is this? And how it generates faces of people that never existed? Well, that sounds like the story of next video. Thanks for watching.